Hello, my name is Hackett-Bauer, and this is my intro video for Data Assessments class. So this is Module 1A. Okay, so a little bit about me. Who am I? Again, I said my name is Hackett-Bauer. I am 27 years old. I am a band director in Oakley, Kansas. I teach 5th through 12th grade band. I am on my 6th year of teaching, but 5th year at Oakley. I am originally from Shawnee, Kansas. I did my undergrad at Pittsburgh State University in music education. I'm currently getting my master's at Fort Hays State in administration. And a little bit also, I am a published composer, so I not only teach band, but I write music for bands. And the reason why I got into music is because I had some outstanding women in my life who were inspirational, and they really led me and helped me find my passion. And so I want to be able to do that and give that back to my students. So this is my family. In the top left-hand corner, this is a picture of my husband and myself. His name is Billy. He is just a year older, and he's an engineer. This is our dog, Hank. We don't have any children, but Hank is our fur child. He is a black lab. He will turn 4 in December. This photo up here is a picture of my dad. And then down here is a picture of my mom, my sister, brother-in-law. And then over here on the left side is my in-laws. This is my mother, father-in-law, and then my sister-in-law. I added 2 more pictures down here. So this summer, my husband and I, we did a whirlwind trip of Disney/Universal. We are huge Harry Potter nerds, and so that was so much fun to go to Harry Potter World. And then this summer, I worked probably one of the coolest jobs I think I've ever worked ever. I worked at an ethanol plant, which is east of Oakley by about 10 miles. If you don't know what ethanol is, it's part of gasoline. It helps to make your cars run. And so at this plant, we did everything from farmers would bring in your corn or your Milo, and we went through the entire process of grounding it up, fermenting it and getting it to the point of where it ships out through trucks and trailers and rail cars. So really, really cool summer job. I'll probably end up going back there next summer. So yeah. So I also included some pictures of myself. So I said earlier that I had 2 teachers who helped me find my passion for music. And so I am extremely passionate about not only music, but music education and fostering, something that makes you very happy, but it's more than just yourself. Like, you can do it on your own, but doing it with a group of people is much better. So up in the top left corner, I have a picture of me playing the baritone. A baritone is kind of like a mini euphonium, a mini tuba. Same type of working mechanism, but instead of being ginormous, it's much smaller. Down here is my dog Hank, and I am playing the flute. Hank loves instruments. He doesn't bother him. He actually, when I'll play the piano at home, he falls asleep underneath of the piano while listening. I also played in a summer band up at Colby Community College, and I played the first lead trumpet. Up here, this is a picture of me conducting at a home football game a couple years ago. This is actually from my senior recital. My degree is in music education, but with an emphasis in saxophone performance. So it's funny because you see me playing all these instruments with saxophone, but that's the one that I actually have a degree in as well. And then also I played bass trombone for Colby Community College. The band director up there, we are really good friends, and she called me one year and said, "Hey, I don't have a trombone player, I don't have a bass trombone player. Can you please fill in?" So I said, "Sure." I mentioned a little earlier that I am a published composer. I currently have 2 pieces published. They're both written for band. I have 4 pieces submitted for this year to be in the works that would come out, spring of 24 or sometime then. But these are the 2 pieces that I have published right now. Something I would have never guessed that I was good at, but what happened as being a band teacher, I would see a need in music that would fit my kids, and I would be like, okay, I want something to challenge my kids, to challenge them, and I couldn't find something, so I just wrote it myself, because I was like, this is what I want them to learn, this is what I want them to do, I'll just write it myself. And then someone said, well, you should just get it published. And so, yeah, actually this piece, Merry-Go-Round March, I made a national publishers list. So this piece right here is like nationally recognized. So yeah. So critical reflection. So let's talk about the actual assignment. So school data informed decisions. So while I teach 5th through 12th grade, I kind of broke it down from buildings. I am technically stationed in the high school, but the middle schoolers come to me. So I don't know a ton of inner workings, but what little I have helped with, I did put here. So for middle school, they take their standardized test. Depending on the year, it's going to be in math, science, reading, or history. We have a program called FastBridge, and it helps testing for English and math. So they do interventions for that. And then we have a behavior chart that helps track, students, if they do so many things wrong, then this is their punishment, XYZ. In the high school, we collect a lot more data that I know of. Again, the standardized tests, so that would be like your ACT, SAT, or your state assessments. We also do the FastBridge testing, which is for ELA and math. We work on student implementation. This is more for students who they might not be on an IEP, but they might not be on a 504. So what can we do to help them be successful? We track all that data as well in implementing it. We too have a behavior log, so it keeps track. We have attendance, so we track the data, attendance, and so, we don't want students to be truant. Student success and graduation rate. We have a document that we track students who graduate, where they go, and after so many time we contact them, be like, did you graduate? Are you in your field? Are you practicing what you studied? And that applies to 4-year, 2-year, community college, tech schools, all that. We also have a Friday reading test. I actually helped implement this, and I'm the one who actually runs it in my building, the high school building. We have a 20-minute block in our day where students go for interventions. And we realized that the students who don't need interventions weren't really doing a whole lot. So on Fridays, I send out a time test to students. And so I am able to track all that data of how well the students do on their time test. Are they just rushing through just to get it done? And it's showing, okay, or is there like a general theme of we're all missing this, how we do a problem solving question? Are we all missing a characterized question? And so we have data to track that. Students, and then lastly, we do student surveys. So, if something's going on, we'll survey students and get their opinions. So in my classroom, what I know about data-informed decisions, the knowledge that I have is that these are data-driven decisions teachers can use to help students improve their instructional environment. A band classroom is a bit different than like a standard English or math classroom. So a lot of how I, test my students and see what's going on is visually and audibly. So like I see visually like, okay, we have a problem, but I also hear what's going on. And that's how I make 99% of my decisions of what to do differently. We do have playing tests. So, if they're not getting it and we've practiced and they should get it, we'll have a test. We'll do quizzes sometimes. I do send out surveys to my kids. And then lastly, probably one of the biggest ones is, having a concert where we have people in the community coming and listen. We go to contests where judges analyze our music. So that's more feedback and, data I can use. And lastly, to plan to propose for data. So, reading data, I think it's important that we understand how to truthfully read data. You get all this information and you're like, what the heck? So learning how to read data is important. Giving more opportunities to collect data. So this will obviously vary from topic to topic, but knowing how to actually collect that data, which leads me into number 3, knowing what are the different forms you can use to collect the data. And lastly, I think it's always good to explain to people, why do we collect data? Why do we test? What is the point of it? So that's my intro video. Thank you so much.